If you've lost money on bonds this year, we expect you have, because most everyone I've talked to has. If you haven't, please call in at 480-454-9191. We'd all like to know about that. And the reason we say that, by the way, is because New York Times says that this has been a devastating time for bonds since 1926, like we went through earlier. That's nearly 100 years ago. Then we think it's a very good idea to at least understand a bond replacement strategy. You can contact us and let us know how to help you delete those fees that you are paying on your bonds and stop the bleeding, as they say, in that portion of your portfolio. Now we're getting ready to go through a chart, and you will see it on the, if you go to our website, restassuredretirement.com, you'll see that on what I'm going through. And if you may have, now, if you've been listening to this show to start this all out, you may have heard this statement already more than a few times. And the statement is, you don't know what you don't know. So as we go through this chart, the question is it important for you to know more about all of your options when you plan for retirement? And if you believe that answer is yes, should you do it earlier or later? Because what we're going to do right now is we're going to go through something that most people aren't aware of. They've spent 30 or 40 years in stocks and bonds and ETFs and mutual funds, whatever the case may be, and they don't know about changes that would be helpful to them in retirement. And the second listener called out that I'd like to bring up before we get into the chart is, if you are in the retirement red zone. Now, a lot of you are, basically watching football today, and everybody knows what the red zone means in football. Obviously, you're with the team, hopefully you're rooting for, is within 20 yards of the end zone. Well, retirement red zone is that if you're within 5 years of when you're planning to retire, or you have retired in the last 5 years, you may want to give us a call so we can test the strength of your existing retirement plan. And hopefully you have an existing retirement plan. If it's just the same accumulation plan that you've been using since you started working, you may want to look at designing a very stable and strong retirement plan. I have that CRC designation, and if you go to that website, it says choosing a professional to help you prepare for retirement and manage your retirement income may be one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. And that is very true. I also heard something that was quite disturbing one time, where they found that people were spending more time planning for their vacations than they were for their retirement. So keep that in mind. The sooner the better. Now let's get into that chart of the bond replacement and versus investing in a fixed indexed annuity. And one of the things about this, do you want to find out what you don't know now, or do you want to wait till your 70s or 80s and say, well, I didn't know that, I wish I had? Well, hopefully you want to find out sooner than later.